What is up, everyone? Scotty Hopp here. Today I have a very fun video planned for you guys. If you notice behind me, I have the Jaguar S-Type R, not in the garage, which is honestly kind of surprising. Another thing that's surprising is I've put in about 100 miles on this thing to give it a little shakedown test to see what it needs and honestly if it would make the 100 miles at all. And it did, surprisingly. I don't know how. I don't know if it was like a grace of God or a bunch of luck, but the Jaguar is still running. It does have a few small issues after the shakedown test that we'll have to address, but I'm just so happy to see this car on the road, even though the driving experience is not, you know, up the standard of what a typical Jag should drive like. But this car is a lot of freaking fun. The supercharger whine on this thing is pretty insane, even in stock format. I mean, I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna say this, and I know someone in the comments is gonna roast me. The supercharger whine on this is louder than the stock Hellcat. I said it, there it is. This thing, we tested it, it does whine super loud. But look how ugly it is. It is awesome at the same time. It is in British Racing Green. I'll give you guys a little overview of the car. So the paint is jacked up on this thing. The headlights are foggy. Even this, look, this is so, oh my gosh. I can't believe we're driving this. But the wheels are hideous. If you guys see what I see Brembos, I see British Racing Green. All we have to do is swap out the wheels for some, you know, lightweight wheels and she'll be ripping. I also did an exhaust mod on this already. We took it to the exhaust shop and we got the resonators deleted on this thing, so it sounds a little cool. It does have an exhaust leak still, but next time we take it to the exhaust shop, we're gonna fix that and also get rid of the freaking mufflers. Now that might offend some people too, but I want to do pretty much full straight pipe from the catalytic converters and back. That'll make this car rumble really loud, and honestly this car is just for fun. It's in such bad condition. I'm just gonna have fun with it, and it's almost capable of being a daily driver. What's next? We're gonna address the suspension, and I might leave all the scratches. I'm looking for a nice set of wheels right now, so if you guys know of a good wheel that I should run on this car, let me know below. Honestly, I was thinking like some RPF 1s or something lightweight, something that you don't normally see on an S-Type R, but something that would be pretty cool at the same time. So let's hop in the car and go for a ride. Time to start up the Jaguar S-Type R. Starts right up. Now we have the cat system fault, which is for the suspension, and then we'll also get a couple other lights here in a little bit. But she runs, and she doesn't sound too bad with even a minor exhaust leak. So let's go drive it around. I'm not going to drive too crazy. Might do a pull or two just to show you guys the supercharger whine, and then yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how the car runs finally, since we've had it for quite a while. Let's go for a drive in this thing. Now it's not anywhere near perfect, but like I've taken it to the store and stuff for groceries, to the gym, drove it to a buddy's house. It does have some issues that I need to get motivated to fix, but look at that, she's driving. If I can get my camera in there. See, that was even 2,000 RPMs and you could still hear the supercharger whine. But she's driving. There is some slop in the suspension, so I looked into all the bushings are shot on it, so we'll have to do some bushings, and that's when I'm going to fix the cat system fault anyways, because this car does have a computer active technology suspension technology or something like that, where it has like a electronic damping on top of each strut. So I don't know if I'm gonna try to fix the stock stuff or go with like a coilover system or something like that. Something a little bit more modern, even though the cat system was pretty modern for its time. But we're driving. The air leak that's in this car, it does make it run lean, so it'll throw the lean code and then that'll knock it into restricted performance mode. And where that's leaking from is that there's this little brake booster hose in the back. So I gotta figure out how to fix that. I'm just put so much work into this time. Honestly, I've just been driving around it, even with the issues. So, but look, she's driving. You can hear go over and over the speed bump, the suspension slop. A little bit of movement in the front end. All right, let's do a little pull. It has the J-gate transmission, which absolutely is terrible. So here we go. Let's do another one. It's so hard while driving with my knee. Okay. Let's see what we got. I don't know if you guys, but I heard supercharger whine. All right, let me knock it back in. It's not very fast right now because it is running lean, so I think it does have some reduced power, but it just cracks me up that there's a supercharger whine coming out of this terrible Jaguar. I'm sure in like pristine condition, these cars are absolutely amazing, but ours just isn't there yet. It will be soon. But okay, this hill right here has a bunch of bumps. You can hear the suspension. Ugh. But she drives. I haven't really messed with any of the comforts yet, so it does have heated seats, which I think is pretty cool for the age. The interior should look pretty good once I clean it up. The transmission's pretty sloppy. I think once I put some new fluid in it, it should shift a lot better, because obviously the transmission fluid's gonna be way worse than the fluid, the motor oil that we took out. So I'll take a look at that here soon. What's next, honestly, is to fix that air leak. I need to tighten up the ECU because sometimes the ECU will knock out of place and shut the car off. These issues sound terrible. I promise that they're not too bad. We're gonna do another pull. Up to the speed limit, of course. Now we were spinning the entire time. We had no traction in this thing. Keep in mind that this car has 400 horsepower to the crank. Super heavy, so it's not going to feel fast, but the torque is definitely there, which cracks me up out of this car. I mean, I'm telling you guys, once we fix the air leak and the exhaust leak and get the suspension dialed in, this car is going to be a freaking blast. And I mentioned a few times before, honestly, I don't even care about the body condition right now. I mean, it has dents and scratches, and that's perfectly fine with me because I want to have just that. I don't want to say sleeper because it's not too fast, but it definitely can hold its own on the road. So this car is just so awesome in so many ways. I mean, for a daily driver, I think this will be great. Keep some miles off the vet and have some fun with this thing. So once we get the suspension dialed in, I just don't know which route I want to go. If I want to just fix the shocks, because when the cat system fault is on, the shocks will be in their stiffest mode too. So it'll ride a lot better if I was to fix that. I just got to take a look at how the system works, whether it's just like a plug not plugged in, if I have to replace some computer module, or replace a shock or something. I mean, I can't really see how a shock can mess it up, but you never know with this thing. So yeah, I put about 100 miles on this thing and it only broke down once. The one time it did, it was scary because we had a coolant line burst. There's a million coolant lines on these supercharged Jaguars. One of the coolant lines bursted at the hose clamp, so luckily we were outside of like this 70s looking freaking general store, borrowed a like a box cutter and a flathead screwdriver, and we just popped the hose clamp off, cut off the end of the hose and put it back on, and she was ripping again. So I'm surprised it hasn't knocked into restrictive performance mode. I'm sure after a little bit more of its cycle it will, but let's do one last pull for good measure, because you guys got the idea of the car that it does run. All right, we're probably going to be spinning, but here we go. There we go. Up to the speed limit, so. But this is the Jaguar. I mean, I told you guys I was going to get you a driving video. Also got an exhaust clip, and it's only uphill from here, you guys. I mean, now that we know that the motor's good, you know, we figured out what was wrong with it, and it was not a battery like the guy said on the Craigslist ad. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I have so much fun with this car because at the end of the day, I don't need it to run. I mean, like, it's nice that it does run, but I have the Corvette to drive every day. So this is sort of like a project car, which I hope will transition into more of a daily. But I'll end the video here. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I got a whole bunch more things planned with this car. I mean, the main thing is to fix that air leak so we can rip it without going into limp mode. So yeah, thanks a lot for all the support, all the Facebook groups, you know, forum members that helped me out to get this car up and running again, because we bought it and we had a trailer at home. I mean, that says a lot about this car, especially, you know, how, I don't want to say rare this thing is, but kind of intimidating to work on. But like I say in every single video, if I can do it, you can too. And thanks a lot for watching. Peace.